know what happened. Again, maybe if you want to start over, might be the best thing, buddy.
Meet 23-year-old Tyler O'Keefe, a killer who has landed himself in an interrogation room, fighting for the freedom he does not deserve. And approximately 11 seconds from now, he will crumble completely as he realizes his horrific crimes have been caught on camera.
We've got some still shots of you in the truck, the white truck with Peyton. So she's on the hood of the car. He slams on the brakes. What happened then, Tyler?
He kept going. He never stopped. I don't know if he's a sociopath or what. He didn't seem to care.
21-year-old Darian Sather found herself in a tough spot in early April of 2020. A vibrant artist, nature lover, and wonderful older sister, she had been struggling with substance abuse disorder for some time. After being robbed around April 2nd, she was facing withdrawals. When her ex-boyfriend, 25-year-old Peyton Mulryan, offered her substances for a ridiculously low price, she took his offer. But soon after she met up with the men, she realized the truth. It was a trap. When she arrived at this rural park in the mountains, Peyton, his childhood friend Tyler, and a driver, 47-year-old Brent Gerber, stole her money and tried to drive away. Darian clung to the car, desperate to hold on to the last cash she had to her name. When she wouldn't let go, Taylor tased her. Peyton punched her. When that still didn't deter her, Brent slammed on the brakes, throwing her in front of the car. Without hesitating, the boys ran over her and drove off to buy narcotics, leaving her body for a young couple to find an hour later. Using surveillance footage and phone records, detectives were easily able to discover who was involved, but finding them would be another story. Detectives put out bolos for the men. Brent was taken into custody first, where he told law enforcement everything, including where to find Tyler. Tyler was arrested hiding at a friend's house on April 9th, 2020. For detectives, this is where the investigation got interesting. The footage you are about to see was provided to us by the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office via FOIA request. The detectives start by providing Tyler with some pizza. Getting on the good side of the person you're interrogating and playing nice is a great way to lower their defenses. And as every cop knows, being arrested really works up an appetite. In addition, they decide to give Tyler a heads up that there are cameras recording him. The cameras that recorded him on the day of the crime, however, they're keeping a secret for now.
Hey, I don't know if Detective Francis told you, but everything in this room is recorded, visually and audio. The camera's right there. All right.
And again, Tyler, Deputy Strand read your Miranda rights, and you understand those rights, correct?
Yes, sir.
And with those rights in mind, you're okay to ask or answer a couple questions for us?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And you can eat too. We can talk in between bites or whatever you want. You said you were hungry. And
Yeah. Thank you.
stuff. So we appreciate you wanting to talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why we want to talk to you?
I have a pretty good feeling just
Yeah.
about the whole Peyton Mulryan thing.
Peyton who?
Peyton Mulryan.
Yeah.
He's been one of my best friends since we were like 7 or 8 years old, so.
Mm-hmm. So did you guys go to school together or live
Yeah, we
together?
went to Meridian
Oh.
together. He lived like right around the corner from me in Pullman Circle.
I see.
You guys in the same grade?
I think he's a year older.
You're older, okay. How old are you?
23.
23, okay.
So you hang out every day or what?
No. We just started hanging out again maybe 6 months ago. He asked to borrow money about maybe a year ago, and he asked for 40. I gave him 60, trying to be a decent friend, and he blocked me on Facebook the minute he drove out of the driveway. So when I saw him,
Seriously?
yeah. So when I saw him next, I understand. The gal he was with at the time was a total junkie. He did a lot of heroin, and he got into it pretty bad too.
To say that Peyton got into substance abuse pretty bad is an understatement. By 2020, Peyton had been in and out of prison for essentially his entire adult life. His charges ranged from addiction to theft to support his addiction. His first arrest on record is 2013, when he was just 18. He had additional arrests and convictions in 2014, 2016, and 2018. His arrest in 2014 was for driving with a suspended license and theft over $1,000.
What this is all about is why me and him had another falling out, pretty much, because he did make me aware of what he was going to do, or at least what he said he was going to go and meet up with a gal and said he's going to rob her. And
can we take a break? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you go back to give us some times and dates, and just keep in mind we've got warrants coming in on Facebook Messenger.
Oh yeah, of course.
All that stuff. So we know a lot of what's going on. We just want to give you the opportunity to be truthful. Okay.
Yep.
So can you go back to maybe Friday night where you were? And
Friday night.
Would have been Friday night the 3rd.
I want to say so. Friday night, my fiance and I got into a pretty big argument, and I ended up leaving around 12, like midnight, maybe 12:30. I'm not sure. I went to his house, over to Peyton's house, and I was there until about 4:30ish.
Was that in the West Pole room?
West Pole, yeah. I don't know exact times and stuff, but it was around 4:30 when Courtney picked me up, because I was not down to go and just to rob anybody, for that matter. Like, I'm not. That's something I did when I was a kid, a teenager, and I'm well past that, And so, yeah, she came and picked me up, and I went home. Her and I went home, lay in bed with our son, and I woke up around maybe 7:30, I think. 7:30-ish. And Peyton had came and picked me up from out in Lemmy, and we went back to his house on Pole Road. And so we got there probably around 7:45, 7:20. Or wait, not 7:45. Hold on, sorry, I'm getting. I woke up around 8. I'm thinking it's hard to know without having my phone, but Courtney, I never told Courtney this because I didn't want her to freak out on me, but I went back over there because he was freaking out. He was freaking out bad, and he.
I'm sorry, Peyton picked you up from your house on the res?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time do you think that was?
I want to say around. That was back right after Courtney picked me, or right after Courtney had woken up. I know she woke up around 8 or 9. So between like basically 7:30 and 9 o'clock is when I was picked up by Peyton and brought back to his place. And just from my house on the res just to his place, I hate snitching, I hate doing any of that, but he told me that they did follow through with the robbery or whatever, and he was just freaking out, and I could tell something was off.
If Tyler hates to be a snitch, then the Pope isn't Catholic. Unfortunately for him, Peyton has no problem being one when police ask who was in the car that night.
Is there anyone else with you?
Yeah, Tyler.
Okay, where was he sitting?
Right next to me.
So you're in the front passenger seat, Brent's driving, and Tyler's sitting in the middle?
He was right behind me.
In the back?
Yeah.
So Tyler's in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are all three together?
Yeah.
And Tyler, you said Tyler tased her at some point during that?
Yeah.
Where did he tase her at?
I'm not, in the neck, I think, or in the arm.
So,
And that's when she fell.
Is when she got tased?
When she started getting tased, he tased her for a good minute. When Tyler said no saying nothing. Otherwise, you're a snitch.
Brent and Tyler said that?
Back in his interrogation, Tyler has no shame in being a snitch. Little does he know, law enforcement are fully aware that almost everything coming out of his mouth is a lie. However, They're happy to play along and see how deep of a hole he can dig himself until they bring out their evidence against him.
And you described him as freaking out, panicking, or?
Panicking, yes.
What did he tell you?
He told me that. I rack my brain.
Well, it sounds like he told you something prior to that.
Well, yeah, he's talking about going and robbing a female.
Who was he talking about?
He didn't tell me her name. He didn't, even reading what was in the paper, I don't know if her name was released or not.
Okay.
Was her name released?
I don't.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't know the gal who he was talking about.
Did he say why he was going to rob her?
No, he didn't say a specific reason on why, but he did say that he was fighting himself on it.
Okay.
And at the same time, he's got me in his ear, like, yo, dude, come on, man, like, this is a female.
Yeah.
Like, this is a female, dude. Like, we're not those type of people, I guess. I mean...
Mm-hmm. Did he want you to do it with him?
He was asking me to... Yes, he was asking me to come. He asked me to drive, asked me to take my old lady's car.
Where did he want you to go?
He didn't tell me
Okay.
whenever he's going, but...
Okay.
I just...
Was it just the two of you?
Yes, just the two of us.
Okay.
But I told him that I wasn't down. I was not down for that. I told him I have a baby. I told him I don't want to spend any time behind bars, you know. And I think me bringing up that I had a baby kind of ticked him off. Like, well, what the man? You're not gonna help me out, And I was like, dude, listen, if you can't respect me and my wishes, you know, like, there's no reason for me to even be here.
Right.
And I don't know if he just needed to get some sleep or if he needed to, what he needed, but...
So did you call Courtney then?
No, I had him drop me back off.
Tyler claims that the morning after the murder, Peyton showed up at his house and picked him up. After, the two returned to Tyler's house, where this completely real and not at all made-up interaction took place.
I don't know.
What did he tell you?
Well, he told me that he tried to give me $20. I told him I didn't want it because I knew he obviously had went and done what he told me he was going to do.
How do you know that?
Well, because he didn't have any money before. But he wouldn't give me any details, and then it wasn't until, like, I saw the first link that there was something that happened up in Acme.
Where did you see that?
I seen it on, it was either on Bellingham Herald Report, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when he picked you up out there, what did he say to you? Why did he want to come back out and talk to you again at that point?
I don't know if he just needed somebody to talk to, or...
Okay, so what did he tell you about what happened?
He told me that, well, he told me that the robbery was successful.
Okay.
Sounds tough. It is up, actually.
Yeah. So what did he say though, Tyler?
I'm trying to think like word for word. I don't want to say something he didn't say, you know, but
Sure.
The way he was acting and the way how his adrenaline seemed to be going so hard, I could tell something was wrong. And so I didn't really pry. I didn't want to know. I was kind of more of trying to comfort him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my best friend, so.
Right.
But I remember he said that everything went well. Said that he had gotten the money and said he had lost his little bong, his weed bong. I don't know if that was ever retrieved, whatever the hell. But he never told me that he took somebody's life or whatever.
Who was with him?
I read in the paper what the guy's name was, but I've never ever met the guy before.
So it sounds like this girl did something to him, and he felt he needed to rob her.
Yeah, I can't confirm. I don't want to say yes or say no because I don't know that much, you know. I don't Peyton isn't the type of guy to just go rob somebody for no reason, but I really never thought he was the type of guy to rob a female.
Is he good for an ounce of meth?
Is he?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So if somebody wanted to buy an ounce of meth from him, he would be a guy you could call.
Oh, well, yeah.
What's an ounce of meth go for? In Watkins?
Close to $400 now.
$400 now. Okay. All right. So how much money did you see him with when he offered you that 20?
That's the only 20 he pulled out.
Okay. Why was he going to give you that money? Do you know?
I'm not sure if it was. Actually, I actually asked him for $20.
Okay.
And then when he told me, he got this weird grin on his face, And I was like, you know what? Actually, no, never mind. I'm good. I don't want, because I figured I knew where it came from, And I did not feel right about any of that.
Okay.
But yeah, he wasn't flaunting any money out. He wasn't doing nothing crazy. He hasn't been that type of person.
Okay. Well, it's pretty important, Tyler, that you remember some of these things because, like I said, we were getting the information slowly coming in with the messenger, the Facebook Messenger stuff, and the phones and everything else. All right. So we want to be able to indicate that you're being truthful, but there's some holes in your story right now that we know aren't.
Where I'd love to fill it in. I'd love to fill it in.
Well, yeah, we've got some information about how you were with Peyton. So tell us more about that.
How I was with him?
Yeah.
Well, in which?
We've got some still shots of you in the truck, the white truck with Peyton. Tell us about that.
Being with Peyton when?
Yeah.
I don't believe that I was.
Well, we believe that you were, because you're a pretty distinct-looking guy, and the photos speak for themselves. So.
In the white truck.
Yeah.
I mean, guess I'm asking where at, because I don't.
Well, in various different places. You and Brent and Peyton. So Ken and I have been working this since Saturday morning. So
yes, of course.
Lots of people have called in with tips. Lots of people have given us lots of information. There's as you probably know, video and still photos all over the place, people's properties and that kind of stuff. So we know the route that you guys took out of there. So we got different people who have offered us their footage from their homes along the way. So we're able to put a lot of that together and piece a lot of that together. So Tyler, we know what happened. Again, maybe if you want to start over, might be the best thing, buddy.
The detectives should probably have one of these on their desk. They have yet to play all their cards, but the little that they have revealed has Tyler spiraling. In order to get as much of the truth from him as possible, detectives approach him gently.
Hey, Tyler, let's get something straight. We don't think you did anything like this purposely, okay? Not at all.
Here.
I wanted nothing to do with that. But I was in the truck with them, yes. I was not. I was in the very back seat.
Yep.
But I was not an aggressor by any means. And I asked to get the out and walk after we left the scene, and the Brent dude was not letting me out of the truck. I saw it.
Hey, Tyler, I know this isn't easy, but that's why it's important that you tell the truth. Because Ken and I believe you.
Yeah, we do.
But it's really important for you to...
And we think that there is, like Detective Francis says, there's some holes in the story that we need to fill in. And we're hoping that you can do that for us. All right. We know you were in the back seat, okay?
I just don't want my fiance to get in trouble.
Well, we don't either. Okay, and that's why, again, just telling the truth right now is the best thing
Yes, I was
for you.
in the back seat. I guess where are the holes, and just let me. I won't lie to you guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. What did Peyton tell you about why he wanted to rob?
That's still the reasoning on this is still that is not anything that I have knowledge on.
Okay.
There's no good reason.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So did he instigate the contact with her, or did she instigate it?
I'm not sure. I don't know if she hit him up asking, or being some type of guy to just go around and ask people if you need something. But so I'd assume that she hit him up and he said, and then he said, yes, we can do that.
Okay.
Which, I mean, Peyton had that. He had that much there on him.
He had an ounce.
Yeah, or I mean, couldn't eyeball or tell you how much he has an ounce is, but he had more than I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
And
so did he have the intention to sell her that ounce initially when you guys left the house?
I mean, I believe so.
Okay. So when was the decision made to rob her?
But that was between the driver and Peyton.
So tell us more about that.
The whole way, I kept telling them how this is not a good idea. This is not. I have a bad feeling. This is not a good idea. And then Peyton mentioned something about how she had just been robbed. That's what it was. Peyton mentioned how she had just been robbed 2 days prior.
Okay.
And I don't.
Did he say why?
No, he didn't tell me why. I don't.
Okay.
Honest to God, I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a decision made between the driver and Peyton to do this, but this was whatever I was saying. They weren't listening to me. They were giving me the cold shoulder.
Was it more Brent's idea or Peyton's idea?
I don't know. I don't know Brent. It was the first time I'd ever met him, but I mean he was pressing Peyton to continue, we're not going to turn around, and so maybe Peyton didn't have enough. I'm not sure, and if this is my opinion, because I don't know what the reason was, and I don't know whose idea it was between the two of them, but at one point Peyton was saying, no, you know what, maybe not, let's not do this, and Brent was like, dude, we're all the way up here, man. Because none of us had money. He's like, you're gonna owe me gas money, this, that, whoop-de-whoop. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess it was.
Were you guys already there at that point at the park? Or this on the way there?
Drive up,
okay.
Yeah.
This is where Tyler and Peyton's stories start to line up. It's important to note that the two have been friends for almost their entire lives. They may not covet their friendship enough to leave the other completely out of the story, but from here on out, they work as hard as they can to make Brent look like the bad guy. But the police know better. In Brent's testimony, he told them that Peyton and Tyler had planned the kidnapping together, and officers had evidence that was the truth.
I mean, everything was going fine. The gal got out of the car. Mm-hmm. She went over to Peyton's window, and they were talking. I think they even smoked a little bit. And
did he ever give her any of the meth?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him pass her a bag.
Okay. Did it look like an ounce?
It didn't look like an ounce.
Okay.
It didn't look like an ounce, and then I think that's when Peyton said, go.
Okay.
And then the driver's like, what? Peyton's like, go, go, go. And then the driver sped off.
Okay.
And the gal jumped onto the truck.
Jumped on the truck where?
So, like basically on the passenger side, and then at one point was like kind of in the center of the vehicle, and then it was like
So she's not on the running board. She's on the hood of the car.
Yeah, I swear to God, this sounds like something out of a fucking movie. And then the dude slammed on the brakes, and then kept going.
Okay. Then what happened?
He didn't stop.
What did you hear? What did you see? So she's on the hood of the car. He slams on the brakes. What happened then, Tyler?
He kept going. He never stopped. I turned around and I could see the girl, and she was trying to sit up. She wasn't dead right there. She didn't die from just getting ran over. But nobody would stop. I'm yelling at Brent to stop. I'm begging him, pleading him to stop. It's not my gig. That is not my... He decided to keep on going, and then me and Peyton we're both agreeing, like, okay, she's not dead, and Brandon's like, no, I know she's dead, I ran that bitch over, this, that, and I swear to God, I almost started strangling Brent there. I was like, dude, she's not a bitch, dude, she's not just some bitch, like, do you not, I don't know if he's a sociopath or what, but he didn't seem to care, he didn't seem to feel bad, and me and Peyton were both freaking out, like, and that's why I was asking to be let out of the truck, because it's not what I asked for, it's not what I signed up for. I don't sell drugs, I do use drugs, yes, I do. I'm not a drug dealer, I would never go to those extents to get drugs or money. Like, I'll admit to being a user, but I'm not a f***ing robber.
Well, we believe you, Tyler, but like I said, it's important that you give us some more detail, okay? I know this is hard, but you got to understand, Brent's given us a little different story.
Brent's word is shit.
Okay.
Brent's a sociopath.
When she's inside the car and the deal's happening, what was being said? What do you remember that they were talking about, Peyton and her?
Well, she never got inside of the vehicle.
Right, but she's leaning into the passenger.
Leaning in the passenger side, yes.
What was Brent doing at that time? Do you remember?
He was finicky.
Okay. Was he on his phone?
I don't know if he's on his phone. I just remember Peyton had said go because I'm not sure if he had gotten the money or what, but I mean, like I said, it didn't look like a whole ounce.
Okay.
And so, I mean, Brent took off, and she jumped almost into the vehicle, and me and Peyton both said stop. We both, because there wasn't anything that neither me or Peyton could do, because I'm not going to try and do something to the driver. He's driving, you know. And we got a gal on his truck, and she was just trying to reach for her money back. That's all she was trying to do, to get her money back. Like, when he gave her the stuff, when he gave her the pipe, and she was starting to hit it or whatever, and then Peyton said, go, go, go. And so she hopped up on the running board, because she was like, no, 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 and I was like, what the f***, you got, like, because I thought we were good. I thought he gave her the stuff, she gave him the money, and then she was standing on the running board, say this is their window, it was about halfway down, and she was hanging on for a good...
What was she hanging on to?
I don't know. It's hard to say what she's holding on to because it was like a really intense moment.
You said she was beating on Peyton?
Yeah, she was.
Where was she hitting him?
She was hitting him in the face.
Oh, she?
Yeah.
Is he messed up at all?
He had like a little cut on his cheek, but he wasn't even black and blue or nothing like that. And then
fighting back, trying to.
No. He's not. Peyton's not a fighter. Not a fighter by any means. And she was hitting him, and I think I might have seen a $5 bill. I think she might have grabbed back a $5 bill, maybe. And then that's when, God, it's hard to say how exactly she went, but when dude hit the brakes.
But you thought she was on front of the car.
No, well, that's
Or
what
the
I'm
hood of the
saying. When he hit the brakes, she somehow managed to be on the front of the car.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, God, it's such a rush, heat of the moment thing, like, it's giving me such bad anxiety. But, at some point,
You can take your time, Tyler. I know this is a lot. I was trying to get an idea of what it was that Brent was up to, and how his story is not exactly.
dude's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We all are, clearly. I should have called 911 or something, but...
You clearly feel bad about it, Tyler, and I don't know that Brent really did.
Yeah. Your emotion and his emotion are clearly different.
Detectives are happy to lean into Tyler's negative feelings about Brent in order to make him feel more secure. The more comfortable and removed they make him feel from the crime, the more likely he is to give critical information about Brent and Peyton's involvement.
The door got opened, and I believe that was actually at the driver's request. So open the door, and he hit the brakes. God, sorry, this is like I've been trying to block this out really hard. The door was open, and she ended up on the hood. He sped up, and he sped off again, or sped off and hit the brakes again, and then she went flying, and then he drove over her.
So she was on the hood for a while, like holding on to the hood
She was
as
she
the
was
car
on
was
the
going.
she was on the side of the door longer than she was on the hood. She was on the hood for maybe a couple seconds, and then that's when he hit the brakes again, and then like he could have drove around her.
He could have.
He could have drove around her.
Tyler, you want some water? There you go. Do you remember what he said about that? Do you remember what Brent said, Tyler?
He kept telling us to shut the fuck, man. He kept telling us to shut the fuck up.
I'll get it for you.
Thank you. He kept on telling us to shut the fuck up. She'd be fine. Me and Peyton were trying to... Peyton and I were in distraught, and we were trying to say that we're trying to make it okay to ourselves like that. Because when I turned around, so that's in the back, I could see her moving still. And
Where was her body positioned? Do you remember that?
it was laying, I mean, she's laying on her back, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure, or she's kind of laying, she rolled over kind of on her side, and she's grabbing like this, and then by that time we fucking had gotten around a little bend and we're gone.
According to Peyton, however, Brent and Tyler were the two that were freaking out, and he was the only one who thought Darian was fine.
So she fell off, and like you asked us earlier, did she get run over?
Yeah,
That's what we're asking you.
That's
Do you
what I
know
don't
that?
know. That's what I don't know, because I tried to tell them, no, nothing happened to her. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think anything happened to her, and they were all freaking out.
Did they think something did?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't report it, because I was the only one thinking she didn't.
Why did they think something did? Is it because the truck made a big
I thought they were
bouncing
high.
motion, or
I never heard nothing.
did you feel anything?
But then again, I was high out of my mind.
Would it surprise you if we told you that she got ran over by the truck?
No, I mean, no, but it sucks.
It does suck.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I feel horrible.
So it doesn't surprise you? that she got ran over by the truck.
I mean, that's what they told me, but I didn't know. Like, I didn't know for sure. I thought they were high.
Would it surprise you that she was alive for a brief moment, like you say?
While you guys were leaving.
So she did move.
Yeah.
I did see it. I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I thought she was okay.
Yet Tyler continues with his claims that he and Peyton were desperate to turn around, and Brent was trying to silence them.
Did you guys talk about turning yourselves in, or talk about talking to the police?
I did, because I told him.
Well, a lot of people aren't in your situation because you got a child.
Yeah, well, I just told him, I told him exactly that. It's like, dude, put yourself in, I told him I wish he could try and put himself in my shoes, because he doesn't have kids or a kid, and doesn't have anybody really, and I don't know. I know he did not, him and I both did not expect that to happen, but also the driver had a lot more control in this.
Well, that's what we're wondering. Like, this driver's like our age. He's almost 50 years old, and it's like, why didn't you stop? Why not stop?
Because one thing I read in the report was that he said he wanted to stop, and he wanted to make sure the driver was okay. That was f***ing bullshit. I went irate when I read that, because that is not true. That is the farthest thing from the truth. He kept going. He did not even hesitate. We both said, you can't leave her like, we can't leave her, you know, and shut the f*** up, telling us not to open our mouths, not to be a snitch. Nobody's gonna know.
Anything else you think we should know, Tyler? Anything that was said, anything that might help you out anymore?
I don't really know anything else that will help me more than getting Peyton here, you know?
Can we also clear something up on, we keep hearing about this taser that's being used.
A taser being used?
Yeah.
No. A taser, I did have a taser, but I did not use it.
Because she does have two little taser marks right here.
Looks
like taser marks.
Yeah, no, the taser was only brought out, and because I was sitting, she's here on this side, and I'm over here, back here on this side, and all I did was in the air, and it scared.
To scare her?
To scare her, yeah. Well, because she was hanging on, and the dude was starting to speed up fast, you know. But dude, I wouldn't. My old lady has fucking kicked my ass a couple times, and I'm not the type of man to.
Is the taser in the car? Because I think did we tow it? I think we towed it.
In what car?
The Honda.
The Honda.
Or the car that you guys were. Where were you guys picked up at?
From
just now,
me?
an hour ago.
Oh, in Save Point? No, it is not in the car. No.
Okay.
No.
Is that your personal taser or what?
Yeah, that is my personal taser. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's still at home. I could give you guys that, but I know for a fact I did not touch it.
Well, we might need it just to get some measurements off of it.
Of course.
Because you're telling us that you didn't taser.
I did not, no.
But it looks like she has two taser marks on her chest.
No.
And Brent's saying that you tased her.
And Brent's saying that you
Yeah,
were
no.
tasered.
I only pulled it out and zapped it in the air, but I let my fiance tase me when I first got it, and it didn't even leave a mark. It's like I got it from Big 5. It's like a really low powered, like, it's nothing, yeah.
First, Tyler diminished the taser story by saying that he only zapped it in the air. Then he tries to further diminish it by saying, Well, it's low-powered anyway. The stun gun used in the crime, seen here, claims to have a charge of 1.6 microcoulombs. According to the National Institute of Justice, anything over 1 microcoulomb is enough to cause intolerable pain. That doesn't sound particularly low-powered to me. In his interrogation, Peyton makes it clear that Tyler isn't telling the truth about just using the stun gun to scare her.
So, what happened? The car pulls up?
She goes to the side, I grab the money. Brent tries to take off. Tyler tases her.
So you said...
The only thing I did, because she hit me in the face, is I blocked her. I didn't touch her. I don't hit girls. Tried to grab onto something. I don't know what she grabbed onto.
What did she grab onto?
She tried to grab onto me, but then she's grabbing onto the door, and then Tyler tased her.
So, and the vehicle's moving, right? And she's on the vehicle. And is she screaming or saying stop? Or you said she hit you. At what point did she hit you?
I don't think she hit me. She like grabbed my face.
Oh, like just grabbed at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you didn't hit her back or anything?
No, I never hit her.
Okay. And so was she just like dangling from the side of the vehicle, or was she...
Where'd she go?
Well, she's driving along, or Brent's driving along, and she's along for the ride. Is she dangling? Is she running on the ground, or is she standing on something, or...
I'm not sure what she was... standing on the side of the door. I don't know what she was standing on, but she wouldn't, yeah.
But she wasn't getting off.
Until Brent started driving really crazy.
How fast?
So, yeah.
Like 40 miles an hour.
40?
So he kept jerking the...
Okay. And Tyler, you said Tyler tased her at some point during that?
Yeah.
Where did he tase her at?
I'm not, in the neck, I think, or in the arm.
So, I
And
mean...
that's when she fell.
Is when she got tased?
When she started getting tased, he tased her for a good minute.
What kind of you say taser? Like, what's it look like? What do you mean?
I don't know, it's purple.
Purple? Okay, is it one of those ones like, does it shoot darts out like the police ones, or is it just like a stun gun with the prong thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And it kind of zaps, like tick, 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 makes noise? Okay. And so when she got tased, she fell off, you said?
Yeah. Took her a while, but yeah.
Despite Peyton admitting Tyler used the stun gun, Tyler is fixated on Brent's betrayal.
I mean, it is a serious crime, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So we want to make sure that we have all the elements of what people are saying, of what type of, her body tells a story, right?
Yeah, I noticed Brent is trying to make it seem like he didn't have any part of it. That's kind of how it seems.
That is true.
But and I'll be 100% honest. I did pull his taser out, and the only reason I know it'd scare anybody is because by the sound of it, like everybody always like looks at you when you. But the only person it's ever actually been used on is myself.
And it's at which house?
It's at the
Lummi Shore.
Lummi Shore house, yes. And I'd
in
more
your
than,
bedroom with Courtney. Bedroom, you sure?
She's not home right now. I would more than welcome be I'd give it up. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, maybe Courtney would do the same. Maybe Courtney would.
She would. I don't know what the hell she's doing right now, but I would be willing to give that up 100% just because I know it was not used.
Despite the taser clearly being used, as evidenced by the marks on Darian's neck, law enforcement presses on to another issue. Darian had friends in her vehicle when she went to purchase substances from Peyton. Tragically, none of them called for help or rendered aid to Darian. She was left to die on the street alone. Even though Tyler also made the choice to abandon her, he's pretty critical of their decision.
So did you even see the car when you guys left? When you guys got back on the Mosquito Lake Road, did you even see her friends behind you?
No. I know that.
So when all the chaos started, did they just sit there and go,
stayed there.
Like, what the hell's happening
Type
of deal?
Yeah, they didn't move, and then I don't know what they did.
Well, their car's a piece of shit.
Is it?
So, I mean, their claim to fame is that they couldn't get up and rolling and running properly to like go after you or follow them.
I see.
Because it was just such a high, he accelerated so fast and just took off that they couldn't keep up. So
yeah, I believe that they were very capable of at least following us, or at least getting her into the car to take her to the hospital. I know that they were capable. If the car made it all the way up there to wherever they came from, I mean, I'm sure whoever, because I didn't know the other people, but I know that if that was my friend that I had driven somewhere, I would have taken her to the hospital, whether she was dead or not. The other people, like, they drove her there, and like they should have called. I don't know if they did. I don't know, it's none of my business, but they should have called, and they should have picked her up or taken them with her to like the hospital or something, because she wasn't dead.
How do you know she wasn't dead?
I could see her moving.
How was she moving?
Like I said, she was like rolled over onto her side, and she was grabbing her side.
Okay.
And I mean, it's so quick, you know what I mean? It all happened so fast, and there was like, plus this dude's driving 90 miles an hour, and I wasn't trying to start talking back and have him crash the car or something looking at me, like I just...
So you guys didn't go back to the scene?
I didn't know.
Did they?
The other kids?
No.
Did
Brent or Peyton?
I don't know what Brant did. After me and Peyton got dropped off, I don't know what Brant did.
What did you guys talk about on the way?
On the way...
On the way around?
When we were going up?
It took about, no, on the way home, or on the way back to High Notes. It took you guys a while to get back there. We stopped, I remember we stopped at a gas station, and it was closed. But I know Brant ended up having money on a card, so we were able to get gas or whatever. And I mean, it wasn't really... It was hard to even have any small talk, but I kept asking Peyton, like, what are we doing now? Where are we gonna go? And he just kept freaking out, and like, she's not dead. She was alive. You saw her move. You saw her moving too, right? That's what me and Peyton were talking about. And I was like, well, yeah, she's alive, because she was when we left. She was alive, And Brant was f***ing silent, pretty much. Since after the time he was telling us to shut the f*** up, he didn't really have another word to say. Was he being kind of, did you get the feeling that he was the one that was in charge, or who was...
Whether he was in charge or not, he definitely took charge of the situation.
Okay.
And he took it overboard. He went...
What happened to the money?
I saw Peyton give him money. He gave him at least half the money, at least $100.
Okay.
And I refused.
Okay.
I refused to take any money from them.
And was it $250?
I don't know. I didn't.
Okay.
That was the last thing I cared about, was money. I wanted to get home to my son. That was it. I read in the paper or on the article, that all Brant received was $50 though, and I know that's bullshit.
Okay.
He had at least $100.
What was that conversation like when he got the money?
Peyton, he went back like this, and it was like maybe $40 or something like that, and I said no, keep it. I said, I'm good. I was feeling like puking the whole way. I knew it was the wrong thing to do, to take the money, because it wasn't my deal. I didn't have any, didn't know the gal. I don't sell dope, you know what I mean? Brant said something about gas money. I remember that much, and that he took the money that he didn't give to me, and he gave it to Brant. And however much whether they split it, whatever it was, I don't know any amounts. I didn't ask.
But did you hear Brent ask for more money?
I didn't even hear him ask, but I saw, before we got out, I saw Peyton give him another $40.
Okay.
And I remember, we went into High Notes and Peyton offered to buy the food for me. All I got was a chocolate milk and chocolate milk and like a candy bar type thing, and he paid for it. Peyton paid for it. But I refused to take any of that money on my son's life.
At the time of Tyler's interrogation, Peyton was actually still on the run. The interrogation clips you've seen so far, interrogation clips of Peyton throwing Tyler under the bus, probably wouldn't have taken place if Tyler hadn't given law enforcement the leads you're about to hear.
What did you and Peyton talk about then? What was the plan after that?
It really wasn't a plan, because we both thought she was alive. Our plan was just to, I don't know, I was expecting her to retaliate or something, her to send her people somewhere or something like that, and I didn't want to be there when that happened. I didn't feel like I deserved it. I didn't feel like I shouldn't have been a part of it.
Peyton clearly knows that we're looking for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys talked in the last day or so? What's the conversation like?
I was asking for my reassurance. You know I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a murderer. He's not. I mean, he's not. He is not that person.
Is he planning on getting out of the area?
I don't know if he's planning on continuing living.
Why do you say that? What exactly did he say, Tyler?
He just...
What did you tell him?
I told him that I'd kill him. I told him that I'll make his life hell when I see him again. Because that's not... First of all, that's not justice for anybody. And I'm sure that gal's family wants it.
So where's Peyton right now, Tyler?
I don't know the address, but I know the general area. But
how do you guys communicate?
he called me from someone's phone. Called my fiance's phone from someone's phone. And
Is he out on the reservation?
no. I'll tell you guys where he's at, but I don't want to say what's in it for me, but I mean, I really hope you guys understand, I didn't want this. This was not my fault. This is not my this is not something I would ever even write about in a book.
We believe you, Tyler. You're clearly upset. It's obviously bothering you an awful lot. You clearly feel bad. But I think to answer your question, the fact that you are cooperating, and obviously we got up to a bad start, but a lot of what you're telling us is you are filling in the blanks, you are giving us a better idea.
I'm scared for Peyton, but he got me in this situation.
Yeah, he did.
Agate Bay.
Agate Bay.
Turn driveway on the right.
Okay. And who lives there?
I don't know. I don't. Yeah. I can't remember anybody's name. I know.
How do you know he's staying there?
He told me.
Okay.
And like that. Let's see. I'm trying to. I think it was the day before yesterday. I gotta get this. Day before yesterday, he was trying to get me to pick him up so we could bounce town and this and that, and
Okay.
and the reason I know he hasn't left town is because he doesn't have very many other people besides me.
Right.
But I told him I told him I wasn't gonna run because that would make me look really guilty.
Yeah.
But if you recall, Tyler did run. He went into hiding at a friend's house, refused to report to the police office when his name was publicized, and tried to dodge arrest. Detectives have officially gotten all the information they need out of Tyler. He was immediately booked for first-degree murder and theft.
Is this your meds?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Am I going to jail?
Yeah. You're going to get booked in tonight.
Just 2 days later, using the information that he provided, police were able to take Peyton into custody. He took even less responsibility for the crime than Tyler did, and showed even less remorse.
The drug deal, how was that established?
The drug deal?
Yeah, like, I guess established meaning how did you reach out to her, or did she reach out to you?
She reached out to me.
And that was at like what time?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I was a passenger. I didn't hit her. I didn't touch her. I didn't do none of that.
Mhm.
I'm not the one who tased her. I'm not none of that.
Mhm.
You know, like, I understand where I could be getting charged, but I don't understand like why I'm being charged with something so serious.
Well, that's what happens when we have a crime, right? And we
You don't know what to do.
Well, no, we figure out people. All right. So we have the circumstances of what we think happened, right? So then we continue to investigate them. And then we arrest one person, right? The driver.
Yeah,
You know that.
of course, yeah.
And we get his side of the story. So then we go off of that. So then we arrest Tyler, right? And he tells us a totally different story. And now it's your side of the story, correct? We understand you're just a passenger, but we want you to fill in the blanks that maybe we don't know. You know, Brent told us one story.
Brent.
Tyler told us, filled in a little more detail, and now it's your opportunity to tell us what. Okay, that's all it is.
What do you want to know?
So you set up a drug deal with Darian.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you please not say your name? I'm so f***ed up from it.
No, that's okay. Oh, we won't. What do you want us to say? The girl? Or...
Yeah.
Peyton goes on to give much of the same story that Tyler and Brent did, albeit in a much more monotone way. The group planned to rob her, then pulled up to the park, waiting for Darian and her friends to arrive.
So you said, so they pull up, and did she get out of the car, or were you guys parked next to each other like car to car?
Car to car, but she got out of the car.
And came to your window.
Mm-hmm.
And did she hand you money, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what did you do?
We drove off. Tried to.
Did you count it? I mean, did you verify the amount or anything?
No.
You just trusted that she had $250 because she said she did?
Did at any time did the exchange of dope happen?
No.
Just
There was no dope.
grab the money and...
Yeah.
What do you mean there was no dope?
There was, but not a lot.
Not an ounce.
Not an ounce.
So you guys knew that you were gonna sell $250 worth, but she wasn't gonna get that much?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She's expecting an ounce though for $250. Is it okay? So she gave you the money.
And then we tried to leave.
And she wasn't having it.
Okay, so she gave you the money, and then did Brent just spontaneously decide to take off on his own, or was there conversation, or
I mean, in the beginning, yeah, that was the plan.
is to get the money and then he take off
Yeah.
and not give her any dope?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys intended to rip her off. I mean, that was the plan.
What do you think? You're considering this an accident.
It
I
was
want- I
not
wanna see-
intentional. It was not, I
Well,
promise.
I understand that, okay. But what do you think should happen?
I feel like it's the driver's fault. It's my fault too, but I feel like it's the driver's fault a lot.
Okay, well, if you can
I
remember.
didn't assault her. I did not touch her. That's the only thing I didn't do. I just took the money.
You weren't pushing her off the truck,
No. No.
slapping her,
No.
tasing her?
No. Is that what they said? They said I tased her?
No,
Oh.
no. It's been
No.
clear that Tyler had to tase her. He admitted it, Brent said it. Brent was talking about, you know, you all were trying to say, get off the truck, you know, pushing her, punching her, hitting her.
She was never hit. Did she have any wounds?
Do you really want me to answer that question
No,
for you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Ultimately, Peyton, Tyler, and Brent were all found guilty. However, their sentences have left a lot to be desired. Tyler pleaded guilty to 1 count of first-degree manslaughter, settling for only 9 years in prison and 3 years probation. Peyton pleaded guilty to the same crime, but was sentenced to just shy of 12 years in prison. Finally, Brent was sentenced to a little over 9 years in prison.